so good as breakfast with Christ on the shore. Breakfast will never be better than this, than breakfast with my risen Lord. After an evening of fishing gone bad, Peter and crew felt dismay.
Hello, welcome to our blog, Come Have Breakfast. I'm Pastor Colson. I'm joined today with our dear friend and Director of Living Water Community Clinic, Debbie McInnis. Debbie, it's so good to have you with us. Tell us a little bit about the clinic, where, the kind of how the clinic came to be and where it's at right now.
Thanks, and thanks for having me here and being able to talk about the clinic. It's really a wonderful asset to this community, and so I'm really glad to be able to be here. Well, when we started this, it was probably a little over 5 years ago, and I was approached, by you and Pastor Schaefer, and asked if I would be part of the Community Missions Committee. I had some time that freed up in my personal life and my professional life, and I wanted to do it. So we joined in there, and I know from the very beginning it was a vision to start a free medical clinic in this area for people. And I don't think any of us realized how quickly, though, that vision would turn into a reality. So after a lot of planning and praying, and people with other resources, we were able to open up very quickly. I think it was like within 8 months. So that's kind of how I came to be. And of course, being a member of the Lake of the Woods Church, I was glad to be able to be part of something there in the church that helped others.
Amen. So you've been with the clinic since its beginning, and I've kind of seen a lot of things developing and taking place. Of course, we're expanding now. Do you want to talk a little bit about our expansion?
Yeah, that's very exciting. Very exciting to be able to grow. We have actually increased our patient population every single year by at least 20% or more. And that just shows that there was a real need here in this community for the medical clinic. But also beyond the medical clinic, the counseling and the spiritual care. And I think obviously one of the things that sets us apart is that we go for the whole body healing, and all of those pieces put together, I think, really take care of the health of our neighbors. But we are growing. We're getting ready to move into a new medical clinic right behind us. I mean, we're not going to go far, but we're able to add an additional exam room, which is important for our providers. And we're able to add a laboratory, a separate laboratory. We do diagnostic testing here, and that'll give us an opportunity to have that in a space that's designated just for that. And also expand our spiritual care room, which I think is important for people that come in. A lot of people come in, and it's been a long time since they've had good medical care or any medical care, and it really, I think, preys on them. And it's good for them to be able to sit down and talk with someone about, about hope and faith and the great healer. So we'll be able to expand those, and we'll also be able to connect to our new dental clinic. Because of the very generous donations of a couple of major donors at this time, we were able to fully construct a 3-chair dental clinic, top of the line dental clinic, and we're really excited to get going and to equip that clinic so that after the pandemic that we're in right now, that we'll be able to go in and serve others with the dental clinic.
Oh. Debbie, during this pandemic, I know that the clinic is running still in operation, doing things a little bit different. Mm-hmm. Can you tell us a little bit about the procedure now?
We're really happy that we were able to continue to be open for our patients. We put some protocols in place to go along with the information that's coming out from CDC and the health department. We monitor all of these things weekly. So we've been able to do the social distancing, scheduled appointments. We only schedule one person at a time in our waiting room, and we pre-screen them over the telephone before they come in, so for the safety of them, the other patients, and our staff. But we've not had to turn away anyone to come into the clinic. So we've been able to take care of our patients, make sure they're getting those critical medications every week, and still remain open. And a lot of that due to the volunteers that are still coming in. We could not do this without the volunteers, our providers and our nurses and our administrative security, our chaplains, our counselors. It's just a huge team that makes this happen. So we're really excited. We have not had to turn anyone away and still taking care of our community.
And even increasing some of the ways we're taking care of through the feeding ministry right here.
Yes,
as well.
that is just an awesome ministry. And to have it right next to our clinic every week, to let our community know that Lake of the Woods Church is there for them and helping to feed the community. And we do have many patients that need to take advantage of that. And we're glad it's there to take advantage of. So that's been a great thing. We've also grown in patients. We've had 4 new patients since this started, which we expected because more and more people are losing their jobs, unfortunately. And they have a place now to go to make sure they stay on those critical medications that they've been on. And that's worked out real well.
So how are some ways that viewers, church members who want to volunteer or want to get involved with the clinic, what are some ways they can get involved, and how do they go about doing that?
Well, we do have a volunteer form on the website, so you can go on the website if you're interested in volunteering. There are certain roles here at the clinic, like the administrative role that's taking care of the patients at our desk, the reception. We have what's called a security role. That's really someone that's sitting here and kind of monitoring and making sure everything is well here. We have volunteer nurses and providers, doctors, physician assistants, nurse practitioners, that we would love to have more volunteers. But we also just started an auxiliary so that we can get in for fundraising and events and making sure that we keep the clinic out there in front of people. It's hugely important because obviously we exist on solely the donations of others. And they could be a part of this auxiliary and help with mailings or strategies or, picking up things, errands and things. So you can get involved in just about every aspect of the clinic.
And of course, as always, we always are looking for donors to come on as well, and also to help. Right now we're getting ready to equip that beautiful new dental clinic.
Yes.
And I know that there are needs, so anyone who wants to be involved in helping equip the dental clinic or even be a monthly supporter or a one-time donor to the clinic can also log on the website, and that information will be available at the bottom of the screen.
It's interesting the more that we're out there, so anyone can be an ambassador for the clinic and to spread the word that we're here. And that helps others know the need. Most recently, when the stimulus checks started coming out, I noticed something on a Facebook post that one of the couples in the area wanted to give that money back. And they were looking for a place to do that. We have already received a couple of donations from people that received their stimulus checks and wanted to give back. So it's hugely important to bring those donors on. We so appreciate our donors. I mean, our patients appreciate our donors. Obviously, when they walk out here, just this past week when one of our patients left, he just thanked us for being here. And he said, and you all don't realize how many people outside of here you're touching. So, I mean, it really brings it back to who we are. And we couldn't do it without any. We can't do it without the prayers. We can't do it without the volunteers. We cannot do it without the donors.
Amen. So share with us a story or a testimony that our viewers would find encouraging, just where you've seen God at work here at the clinic?
Well, and actually a couple, and you may have seen some as an extension of the medical clinic. But we did have we've had a couple of very sick patients that have come through. And this is not unusual because our patients have not received any medical care for a long, long time. But we did have one patient that came through, and we immediately sent her to the hospital based on her diagnostic test. And it showed that she was in stage 4 liver disease. She was a very, very sick person, and she spent several days in Mary Washington Hospital. But she was able to work through that. We provided follow-up to her, and right now she is renting her own place. She has a manager's position, and her health has just gotten so much better, and she now has insurance. So, I mean, these are some of the success stories. We've seen patients leave here, and because of that spiritual care need, they have attended the Lake of the Woods Church.
Absolutely.
Or they have come through those doors many times, and that's a success story also. And we've had a young man that had a tumor removed. We've had orthopedic surgery for a young lady in her 20s that if she had not gotten that, it would have really probably messed her up, for life with her knee. And even beyond that, I mean, those are great, great stories. But the people that come in here with hypertension, thyroid, diabetes, they need those medications to continue living a good lifestyle. And they're working. I mean, 90% or more of our patients work every single day, some of them more than one job. To be able to continue that care and get those medications really saves our life every day. So I think right down to the very nature of what primary care is for those patients is hugely important to our neighbors. Yeah.